Hello, my beautiful people. Thanks so much for stopping by my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Goretti and I am the counselor at Butterfly Project. So today I wanted to talk about hugging therapy. So most people aren't aware of this, but physical touch is something that we all need, the same as we need air, the same as we need food and water. It is actually one of our survival needs that most people don't realize that we need. So there was a study done many years ago to prove this. It's kind of sad that, they had to use animals to do this, unfortunately. But the study was with monkeys. And so what they did was they took, a mom monkey, and she had, a few monkeys as her babies, and they took the monkeys and they split them into two groups. So one group was with the mom monkey and the other group was not with the mom, but they were all put into this container, and it was like, clear windows in between, so they were right next to the mom, but there was like, a barrier that they could see the mom, the other set or other group of monkeys, and they still got all their needs met, with shelter, food, water, sunlight, like all that kind of stuff. They got all their physical needs met. The only difference between the two groups was that the one group was with mom, getting all of the nurturing, the physical touch, and the other group did not receive that. Okay. What happened in this study, and they did the study over and over again, unfortunately. But what happened to the group of monkey babies that wasn't with the mom is they actually ended up, dying. And as they did the study, what they realized was we need physical touch, just like the air that we breathe, right? The oxygen that we need to survive and live, the food, the water, the sunlight, the shelter, all of those physical needs. One thing that, especially in Western society, that people don't realize is just as important is physical touch. So this is where hugging therapy comes into play. And there's actually like a thing called hugging therapy where, your part of the therapy is, hugging with other people. There's like group therapy, things like that. Because what happens is when we hug each other or any kind of physical touch, okay, we have hormones that are released, which is called oxytocin. And oxytocin is the bonding hormone. It is a feel-good hormone. It makes us feel loved and nurtured. So oxytocin gets released, and that is something that we need. This is also why, when people have issues with like, mental health, depression, stuff like this, this is more important. You need more oxytocin, right? So usually people, when they're depressed, tend to want to isolate, and this, defeats the purpose. This goes against what you need. You actually need more oxytocin. So when you're feeling low, feeling down, feeling depressed, feeling melancholy, right? What happens is you already have lower amounts of oxytocin and dopamine, which is the feel-good hormone, okay? And when we isolate, right, now we don't want to be around people. We're not, getting any physical touch, so things just get worse. So this is kind of like an anecdote for a lot of things, but this is why, this physical touch, although it seems like a very simple topic, it's actually quite complex, because without physical touch, this leads to other things like addictions. This is why people, are hooked on things. Maybe it's a sex addiction, or maybe it's, shopping therapy or things like that. Because what happens is you're getting increased amounts of dopamine, as well as, you can get some oxytocin, right? Especially if it's, sexually. So a lot of times, for instance, in relationships, when people are feeling disconnected or the relationship's not going well, a lot of times people gravitate towards that, physical intimacy, because it's the only time that they get the oxytocin and the bonding hormone, right? This also is super important when we're talking about, and you guys know, I, keep preaching about subconscious, programming and our subconscious mind, our childhood programming from the first 6 to 10 years of our life. So during those first, especially 6 years, are formative years, right? 6, 7 years. That is where it was crucial to get that bonding hormone, the oxytocin, and usually we're getting it, from our primary caregiver, which tends to be mom typically. But a lot of children, unfortunately, in those first few years don't get that, and then it affects them for the rest of their lives. Usually makes people withdraw and not want to be touched and things like that. And yet we need physical touch like the air that we breathe. Okay. So I always tell people, if you're, and this leads to why people get stuck in bad relationships or chasing after wanting relationships, because, what they're really wanting is the oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Okay. So this can lead you into, negative things as well. But there's other ways for us to get this. So hugging friends, doing skincare on yourself, even physically touching and hugging yourself, doing skincare, any kind of physical touch. Remember, most people don't realize, but our skin is the biggest organ that we have. So doing your own physical touch, getting massages. If you have children, hugging your kids, especially small children. If you have pets, this is why pets is really important, right? Because when a pet is, cuddling with you and sitting with you and you're petting, your pet, that is creating the oxytocin in your body to be released. Okay, it's a bonding hormone, right? Whether it's cuddling with your partner, right? It doesn't need to be sexual. Cuddling, hugs, with friends, family members, long hugs though. It takes 30 seconds of hugging for the hormone to be released. Okay. Getting massages, right? Relaxation massages, getting, your hair done, going for a facial, anything that creates physical touch. So you guys, this doesn't have to be sexual. Okay. But we all need this, like I said, like the air that we breathe. It is so crucially important. So if you are suffering from any kind of, like depression, low mood, feeling disconnected, feeling sad, anything like that, this is even more important for you. If you are struggling with things like addictions and stuff like that, this is a key piece to look at to be able to help you. All right, my loves. So really important to have physical touch in your life. It is called hugging therapy. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope it was helpful for you. Don't forget to do all the things, like the video, comment down below. Love hearing from you guys. Share this video with anybody that you think it would be helpful for. If you guys are new here, I would absolutely love to have you here as part of this ever-growing butterfly community. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and you guys don't forget to hit that bell icon so you get notified of new videos as I post them, because YouTube seems to have an issue with that. And if you would like to work with me, whether it's in counseling or if you would like coaching, I have my information in the description box below. There is a link there. All right. And yeah, so hopefully you guys are doing well. And as always, I wish you all peace, love, and light. Until next time. Bye-bye.